There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Don't need that. Make sure everything. Weird. Okay. Well. It's finally here. Let me just, I'm going to close this so it's just my Streamlabs open now. If there is any mic audio or anything else, please let me know. But yeah, so to get started here, I'll pop this up here. So I am Jacen Breyer, a Primordial God, and I'm a little nervous. It's been a while since I've been planning this. I've been planning this for quite some time, so I'm a little nervous. So I hope you'll forgive me. But yeah, so I guess we'll just get into it. This is gonna be interesting. Title. So who I am. As I said, my name is Jacen Breyer. I've gone by various nicknames like Hello Sunslayer, Flame Carver, and some others that from a long time ago. I would like to say I'm a humanoid primordial god, though that might not make sense to some. But it's kind of weird. I'm a human looking god. I mean, there's not really much else I can say there. I'm technically over 4.5 billion years old, but to make things simpler for everyone and myself, and to feel better about myself, we're just gonna say I'm 22. So if anyone asks how old I am, I'm 22. That's how we're gonna go with it. Yeah, I am a male as far as I've known, or I've been for my quote unquote 22 years. I've been a man. I am 5'8" and 155 pounds. I'm the epitome of godliness. Oh man, this is gonna be an interesting day. Oh, my home um isn't in this world. My world is long since gone. But the town was called Hallion. It was a really beautiful town. Lots of diversity, lots of creativity. It was a lot of magic and other stuff. It was a really great. I lived my world. The name of my world was actually Valand. It was a very lush, very diverse world. There was a lot of various races. We had a lot of elves, dwarves, dragons, gods, demons, pretty much almost anything you could think of. We had succubus. Don't get too excited. A lot of so much. There was just such a huge diverse culture, and there was many nations, many regions dedicated to those places. So the technology in that world was just all over the place. And magic and religion was such a huge thing in my world, especially in the region I lived in. My current home, I'm not going to tell you. None of you are going to know where I currently live because it's not important. My birthday is February 13th. And year, I couldn't tell you. Again, I am old. Older than old. But to read my bio to you guys, because I've created this, and it feels fantastic to read. Hello, mortals. I'm Jacen Breyer, a primordial god that's been around for a very long time. Once a warrior, I now game, chat, and tease all of you to pass the time. So tell me, how does it feel to be in the presence of a god? Oh, man. It... It's so weird reading that a little bit, but let's go. We've got this. I am a god. So a little bit more on this, of course, is my debut. Just all it is. I'm just telling you guys what and who I am. But yeah, so my interests and things I like is I like spiced rum. My favorite type of alcohol that this world has to offer. I love to tease people, friends, family, anything else. I just love to do it because that is just fun to me. What else am I gonna do? Lewd jokes are some of the best things ever. I absolutely love them. Whether they're pickup lines, just jokes in general, one-liners, anything. I just love their jokes. And when it comes to like food and stuff, pumpkin pie is actually my favorite pie. Any other pie, I know it's controversial, is just absolutely horrible to me for the most part. What pie specifically do I least like? Well, that's in the next section. But another thing I like to do is watch various beings of various nationalities, species, and everything else that now roam the world and entertain you guys like I do, known as VTubers. I'm a huge fan of Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars nerd. We're not going to get into what part of Star Wars I like. We're not going to get into George Lucas or Disney Star Wars. That's not what we're going to get into here. That's a whole debate that would just derail everything. And then sword fighting is super fun. And did I click something? Sword fighting is absolutely fun. I used to spar with my friends years and years ago. And some of the friends I had from thousands of years ago were great swordsmen of their time. And I had the honor of fighting alongside them and sparring with them. I love to write. I write quite a bit. I'm not going to say any of it's good. I'm not going to say any of it's bad. We'll just say it's divine, shall we? Because that's the best thing to do here is we'll just say it's divine. I like to read. It's always good to keep up in the knowledge of all of you mortals, you know. Hate to get out of the loop and become the joke of being a boomer, you know. It's very unfortunate to earn the boomer title. For things that I, dislike, I can't stand lavender scented items. I don't know what it is about it. But I just cannot stand it. Lavender is just awful. Cinnamon is another thing that I don't like. But most of that's because around your guys' Christmas time or whatever, the Christmas time everyone celebrates, is that you get a lot of the cinnamon pine cones, and those things are awful, completely awful. None of it's good to smell. Some people like it. You're weird. I'm gonna be honest. You're kind of weird. just a tad. And then when it comes to other things, it's like tyrants. I don't like tyrants. There was many tyrants in wicked and cruel people in my world, and they caused the death of many people, friends, family, and people that I hold dear. So I can't stand them. I also dislike apple pie. Apple pie is the most disgusting pie in my opinion. Those of you who like apple pie, more power to you. Congrats, great. I'm happy for you. Me, I just can't stand it. Cottage cheese is another one I can't stand, but it's just what it is. And sour cream is another one. I get it. It's the sourness of it, and I get it. Yes, I know. Sour cream being sour, what a shocker. Hey, I didn't know. Some of that stuff didn't exist in my world, but I don't like it. I also don't like horror. Horror, I may be a god, but I don't handle horror well. So games that are like that, I typically stay away from, or I'll play games like that, I guess. Movies and stuff like that, I don't like to watch. Um, I also dislike, like for games, for example, I dislike typical hide and seek non-combat games, like Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation, from what I remember, is you couldn't kill the alien. You could wound them, but you couldn't kill them, and it was basically one giant game of hide and seek where the enemy learns everything you do. While cool, is absolutely terrifying. I don't like hide and seek games. Games that are stealth based, I guess would be the best way to put it. I was a warrior. Being stealthy is kind of cowardly. At least that's the way it was. Now, stealth has its many situations, its many reasons, its many benefits. Like if you're the solo person sneaking into an enemy encampment, yes, stealth might be a little more of the option to choose. And I'm looking at this, and I think I'm talking way too loud. Let me move back a little bit from my mic, shall we? So I'm not like talking loud enough, deep throat in the mic or anything else, because that's what we need. That'd be a whole new type of ASMR, I bet. And then, excuse me. There we go. So interest continued is different stuff to get to know more is different anime. Now, Sword Art Online, Saga of Tanya the Evil, High School DxD are some of my favorite ones. I've watched Rurouni Kenshin, Record of Grand Crest War, Blasted Tempest, World End, What Do You Do at the End of the World, Are You Busy, Will You Save Us, and much more. I'm absolutely a huge fan of harem, action, video game-like, and isekai-themed anime. But, I mean, if you guys have suggestions, I'm always looking to interest. And it better be anime. Anime. You hear me? No Boku no Pico crap. Anime. I'm going to say this now, and I can get all the hate you want to give me for it. I don't care. But Sword Art Online is my number one favorite, and it will always be my number one favorite. And I'll explain why in a sec. So all the other ones I've listed are just some of the ones I've watched. I've watched a lot. And they all are something I really enjoy. But when I first started watching anime, I used to think it was like the weirdest thing. Don't watch anime, it's weird kind of idea. I mean, it is. Especially coming from the world I was in. The world I lived in was more of a what you refer to as medieval kind of like setting. To give a little more basics on that to kind of give you. So we didn't have these drawn women and all this stuff in that sense, regardless, as advanced it is today. But I asked a friend, I was like, hey, what anime should I want to start watching anime. What would you recommend? And he was a huge Sword Art Online friend. He's like, yeah, Sword Art Online. I think you'll enjoy it. You like video games. You like other stuff like that. I think you'll enjoy it. And I watched it. Absolutely loved it. I've seen it way too many times. And you can't see it behind me. And maybe I'll take a picture and post it on Twitter. But I actually have the first, I think the first first 5 volumes, I believe, of the light novel. The first manga volume, I think. 2 other volumes that are like another story for manga for it. And then I have the first, I think, 6 light novels for Progressive. And I think of the first manga version of Progressive. I know, excessive probably to some people. But I like personally owning variations of it because of stories, because there's such differing. Like a lot of the stuff you'll see in the manga, you may not see in the light novel, vice versa. And then when it comes to the anime, who knows what you'll see in it. But yeah, we're just gonna get that out of the way because I know people are gonna ask, and then people are gonna be like, "Oh, you like Sword Art?" Each their own. I loved the game aspect of it. I loved the death game of it. I know there's other games that are the other anime that are like Sword Art that people say are better. I can't think of them off the top of my head, and I'm not gonna debate that here. But moving on, for video games, I like a variety. I've played 2D scrollers, side scrollers, and I'll try to give an example of each one. Like 2D side scrollers, I've played Terraria, but I've not played the newest update, the World's End or Journey's End. Sorry, World's End is not correct. Journey's End. I haven't played that. So there's like that strategy games, stuff like Civ. I was gonna say Civ because I can't think of any others off the top of my head. I want to say StarCraft. StarCraft is technically one, but I've never really played StarCraft. And that makes me sound old because StarCraft is old, isn't it? Battle Royales. I've played many Battle Royales. I've played Fortnite. Yes, I know, Fortnite. And I was decent at it, but I never built. I don't like the building aspect of it, and I never could really get into Fortnite. I don't play it solo. That's one of the things I just don't do. I've played Call of Duty Blackout. I've played Firestorm. I've played a lot of smaller battle royales too, because I like to. Again, I play a variety of games. Oh, this looks interesting, and if it's free to play, a lot of times I'll give it a shot. Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. It's to try out because a lot of the things I think about is like, oh, it's free to play. Well, and this looks interesting. It's definitely on my list. I keep a list of games to play. I try to anyway. Don't always keep to said list. But yeah, so Apex Legends is currently my favorite one to play. And I know, everybody and anyone is streaming Apex that streams Apex or streams Battle Royales. Like I know HoloLive, for example, some of them stream a lot of Apex and everything else. I don't know if I'll stream Apex because my skills aren't necessarily good. They're not necessarily bad, but they're not good. I'm not very team oriented. I've been on my own for the last couple thousand years or so, just observing humanity, not really doing much. And so it's just like I didn't build this. I'm not able to just open up and be like, oh yeah, we're working as a team. Now there's some friends I have that I could be willing to work with, but I like game modes that are solo play. Apex doesn't have that currently. They did at one point, but it was removed due to like it being broken. I never changed that, by the way. I just realized that my sample goal. I am so sorry. I am a big goof. There we go. I was in such a rush to finalize things. That is fixed now. We are not going to talk about that. because we're going to move along. Oh, and another thing. There's a little slime right here. Right there, right next to me. Oh, a little bit from me. That is Terry. We don't talk about... we can talk about Terry for a moment. Terry is my familiar. See, a lot of people had, like, owls, little fairies, which are the equivalent of pixies, I guess. The fairy familiars were a lot like Tattle and Navi from the Legend of Zelda series. That's what a lot of people kind of had, those kind of things. Fairy familiars is what they were called. And other people had a lot of other things. I had a slime, and he's been my companion for the longest time. Now back onto the games and stuff before I derail myself here. First-person shooters. I absolutely love a lot of first-person shooters. There's a few I can't stand, where I don't like, I guess. I honestly can't stand. There's only one that I will not play. And that's Valorant. So if any of you who enjoy watching people stream games and want to see me play Valorant, I apologize, but it's not happening. Reason being is I can't stand the game. I've played it, but I have no fun playing it whatsoever. So I will not be streaming Valorant or playing it. Maybe I'll give it a shot with some friends, maybe once or twice, see if maybe that helps. But I played it solo and I just couldn't do it. I love RPGs. No, not the launchers, the games. Sorry, bad joke. Like, I believe Dragon's Dogma is classified as one. There's a lot of games that classifies that. I mean, Skyrim's one, a lot of others. I just love a lot of those kind of games. I love story-driven games. Souls-like games. I've never played Dark Souls really myself. I've played a faint bit of, I think, Dark Souls 1, I believe. And I didn't get too much into it because at the time I had the idea that if you die, it's game over. There's really no point continuing if you've died and lose souls. There's really no wish to continue. And the game was a little too difficult for me at the time. Nowadays, I really don't mind it as much. I just haven't played them. I don't think I own any of them except for 3. I think. I've heard it's like the best one because it's the most it's the least broken of the 3 of them from what I hear. There's a few Souls-like games that I'm interested in playing, and perhaps you'll see them at some point. Anime games. Now, I feel like I have to be specific with this because people are going to be like, anime games. Like, things like the Sword Art Online games, the, that one fighting game, I can't think of what it's called, but it's the one that had all the different anime characters in it. I really can't think of what it's called, but, that one. And then stuff like Code Vein, for example, is an anime Souls-like game. That one looks interesting. I've actually tried that one, and I liked it. So I actually plan on playing that at some point for you guys. Visual novels. I actually really like visual novels, which is surprising to a lot of people who either know me in real life or have met me here. Because a lot of people aren't into a lot of the visual novel stuff, but I'm fascinated by things with a good story, and that help you because when you think about it, visual novels are if a lot of people get it and they like it, you're a really good storyteller because that's all it is literally just dialogue and choices sometimes. It's like little choose your own adventures sometimes, but yeah. Moving on to this one now. Trivia. I make lewd jokes on occasion. Well, it depends on how I'm feeling that day. It might not be so occasional if I'm not careful. Uh, I'm immortal due to certain circumstances that are my mistakes. So yeah, I'm permanently immortal. Uh, does that mean I can't die? No, I can, but I'll be back again. I'll return like nothing happened. Yeah. And I might seem weird, but again, I've lived for a very long time. I've lived multiple lives. So it kind of gets all jumped in my head. Like I've lived so many different lives and personalities using magic at the time, my old world, using abilities into this time and everything else to basically keep myself sane. You can't have billions of years of memories in your brain at one time. It kind of wrecks your crap. Um, and before anyone asks, I can't use magic because there's a thing called the Zerif Agreement that prevents me from using any magic. It's an agreement between me and every god of the universe to not use magic. None of us use magic anymore because of the Zerif Agreement. My original name from my first life is Malvik Rekadine Breyer. But in all honesty, I don't remember that much of that life because it was billions of years ago in a whole new world, in another world, and I just don't have any of those memories really. I'm also responsible for the disappearance of my own world. Yeah. They're not dead. I didn't destroy my world. Uh I'll tell that story in a little bit once we're done with all these little slides here, shall we? I'll tell the story of why my world's gone. I might have an arrogant, cocky personality. I mean, hell, why wouldn't I? I'm a god. I'm divine. I could sometimes be condescending, or sound condescending. I am even though those above statements may be true, I may be cocky and arrogant and condescending at times. I do care, and I'll help those in need. We're gonna leave that. I have a dark, sexual, and sometimes stupid sense of humor. So just about anything at any point could potentially make me laugh. If it's stupid, there's a good chance I'll laugh. If it's sexual, I will. If I don't laugh, I'll definitely enjoy it. Dark humor, yeah, we're not gonna talk about dark humor because dark humor is dark humor, and it's yeah. Um, Yeah, I've had many jobs in my lifetime. Like I was a divine warrior, which was I was one of six gods that were called divine warriors in my time, and I was yeah, but that was a long time ago. I was also ruler of the underworld at various different times with various different titles. Um, there was yeah, the underworld in my world was is a lot different than the underworld in this one, and ours was a lot more chaotic until there was a revolution that happened and created a whole new system. I may not have been part of that. Um, yeah, I don't get along with the other gods that well. That's another thing. Reason being, well, I might be too powerful and they don't like it. I heard a thud next to me. Like just down the other side of my wall, I thought. Um, I'm a little powerful and they don't like it. Um, Plus, I don't follow the rules of this world exactly the way everyone else has to. To elaborate on that, um, the system and the way the gods work in this world, and the reason why a lot of the gods have quote unquote disappeared, is they don't go by their old names or their lives or anything anymore. Um, they're The system that is in place is a lot. If anyone's seen Don Machi, I think so you say it, or is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? The system is very similar to that. The gods decided they wanted to live as ordinary mortals and came down with that. The whole idea is they give up their divine power, they do all this stuff, and they live life ordinary. They create families or they create companies. They create all this stuff, and all and one of the main rules of this world though is that if you die, they're all immortal, so they can live forever or appear and all that stuff and take on different names, different faces, and everything else. They can do that stuff, but they won't. But they can't die of old age. But if they are killed, by getting shot, executed, another god kills them by chance, everything else, they die, and their soul and everything else, they basically return to the divine realm. Now, the divine realm is a realm that people like to say is in the skies. It could be, it could not be, who knows? Where all sub-realms, like Mount Olympus, my divine realm, my realm, and a bunch of others all reside in. And it's... yeah, that's why all the... and so I don't follow that system because I'm immortal due to a curse. If I die, instead of returning to the divine realm, I stay dead, and in 3 to 4 days, I wake up again, fully healed and just the same I was before I died. And that's been my situation for billions of years. I can choose to when I come. I can't choose. I can choose to come back on the third day or fourth day. I can also choose to start over, or like with a whole as a like a baby, or come back with no memories, or come back with all my memories the same way I was when I died, or at a younger age. Basically, I can control how I come back, but I can't prevent myself from coming back. And yeah, that's a system they don't really like because I violate the natural order of the rules. A few of the gods, though, I do get along with, and I talk to on occasion. It's not often because they're off doing their own thing. As people do. I'm also very impulsive, which doesn't always end up good because I either just impulsively do something, or I'll randomly buy things at random times that I'm like, oh, this looks cool, I want it. And then I'll end up with it. Yeah. No one ever said I was good with money. That's been holding true for a very long time. Family. So my technical father is Chaos, or known as the Void. And before I became a god, I was actually technically human, and my brother was known as Valgeth. He's no longer related to me in the sense because of the fact that I was forced into being basically absorbed and reborn in a weird way through chaos. So now that's my bloodline. None of my original blood really reels through. So it's sometimes I question whether or not the original me was actually the real me, or if the real me starts with chaos. I mean, it would. But yeah, my siblings are technically Tartarus, Gaia, Erebos, Nyx, and Eros, which is really weird to think about. I've had 2 lovers in my time, Scarlet Frey and Verona Zen. Um, they are no longer around, and I had 4 kids. Annabelle Breyer, Levi Breyer. Levi was adopted. I saved him when his mother was killed when he was a baby, and I raised him as my own. And then Neil Sunslayer and Madeline Sunslayer were my children. They were 2 of the rulers of the underworld, actually. I wonder if that family line is still going, or if that's ended long ago. Maybe I'll have to find a way back to my world to visit, or see if I can convince someone to let me create a portal to that dimension. Who knows? But other family, for example, I have is Zeus and the Olympians. I'm related to them. They don't like me, except for, again, a few of them do. The few of them that aren't like all about power and everything else do like me. But those who are all about power, prestige, and all that stuff aren't really a fan. Kronos and the Titans, they don't like me because I fought against them. Though some of them, a lot of them don't like me, but they respect me because of my power and strength and all that stuff. Some of the demigods I'm related to, pretty much all demigods that exist from the Zeus or the Olympian or Titan bloodline of some sort, I'm related to. I still to this day don't know if that's a good thing. They're like the kids you don't want to acknowledge, and my God, there were so many of them from Zeus. He was just him. And various other entities and people due to like marriages, adoptions, etc. Like things that happen. Oh, this person's been adopted, they're now a permanent part of the family. Okay, well now they're related to some extent. Oh, this person got married to this person, now we're related, everything else. It's a chaotic mess that not everyone really likes. But I'm stuck with it. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know. We're getting a lot of backstory here, and it's just happening. Dreams and goals. I have quite a few dreams and quite a few goals. So one, I'd like to meet and become friends with various VTubers and content creators. And if possible, I'd love to collab with some of them. Now, I'm not going to sit here and aim for people. I'm not talking about like people who have like hundreds, thousands of followers, subscribers, whatever you want to call them. Because I'm not saying specifically Twitch as a whole. Because I don't know anything about the Twitch community. But if it's anything like the YouTube community, it's going to be very much a hierarchy. What can I get out of you kind of system. Because YouTube's, for those of you, from what I've studied in YouTube and everything else and what I've seen, is YouTube's very much, what can I get out of you? What benefit do I get for working with you kind of thing. That's why most people who have higher will not collab or do anything with people with lower subscribers or whatever. Because I don't know how Twitch is, but I'd love to just meet and chat and hang out with a lot of VTubers and content creators because there's a lot of cool people out there. I also love to learn Japanese so I can communicate and enjoy other people's streams that I watch and make friends with non-English speaking like Japanese people and all that stuff. And because that'd be really cool. Like there's like some of the, like for example, some of the people a lot of the people I follow speak English as their first language. But I follow a lot of Hololive, for example, and not all of them speak English. And I'd love to be able to like read, write, and talk to some of them because they're all really cool people. And I'm not sitting there saying I'd love to build like I'm not mean that when I say talk to them. I don't mean like sit down, have a conversation with them. That is beyond my reach, beyond my power. They're way above me in like followers, prestige, anything. I feel like prestige is the wrong word. I mean, most of them are of a lesser power than I am, in a sense of our species. I'm not saying their species is bad. That's not what I'm getting. I'm not being speciesist. I just know as a god, I have more. When I had my magic and everything else, I was of a stronger power. That's what I mean. I'm just getting that out there because I know someone's going to be like, oh god, there he is being speciesist. It's going to happen. But I loved, but like, if they tweet some out, like, they create some artwork and ask what people's opinions are, I could sit there and be like, oh, it looks cool, and I could say it in a language they'll understand. Because most of them will understand some of English, but they don't understand all of it. And moving on. I'd love to have my own merch one of these days. I love collecting merch. Well, collecting merch. That's not the correct term. Collecting merch isn't the right term. Owning merch from other people. I have some merchandise or whatever I've bought before. But having your own is like a truly honorable experience. Like when you, I won't say it's honorable or like fills you with pride as time goes on, but when you get to a point where people want your merch and you create your first piece, I feel like that's true epitome. Like that's full pride in your work. You really are happy with what you're doing. And yeah, I am usually. I happy with a lot of stuff I do, and I'd love to do that. Um, and you know, I'd love to entertain all of you guys with my, of course, divine presence. Look, I mean, how could you not be happy? You're in the presence of a god. Um, my following, which I will refer to as my familia, becoming large in the future, and being able to set up a system where you guys can either send mail or gifts or be able to communicate with me better. I'd love to be able to form that connection. I'd love to form a connection with the community, with my own community for you guys. Because I would just love to be able to connect with a huge group of people, be able to make their lives better by keeping them entertained, making all this wonderful content, all this, joyous stuff. Um, Everything else as it goes. And then goals, but give me 1 second to get a drink. I haven't talked this much in hundreds of years. So my vocal cords are a little rusty. So my goals. The goals I have are to reach 100 followers / subscribers, quote unquote Familia members by the end of the year. And the reason why I labeled that both is because I'm not specifically Twitch only, and I'll explain that a little bit in the next slide or whatever. I say slide, but it's literally just a group of pictures I have. But again, at some point collab with fellow creators on Twitch, and maybe at some point stream on YouTube every once in a while to broaden out my horizons and entertain people on other platforms who don't want to create an account or do something for another. As I understand, a lot of people who have a YouTube don't necessarily want a Twitch account, and vice versa. Though almost everyone I think that has a Twitch account has a YouTube account, but not the opposite. It's weird. Another one of my goals is to help the community, the Twitch community in general, in specific, I guess. What I mean by this is that, for example, let's say I'm streaming and I've got 100 viewers. Well, here's a smaller channel. Here's a channel who's just starting off, just like I am, who has very little viewers. Then I'll raid smaller community, and I'll do this. A lot of the people I follow and I watch, I might raid. Other people I see randomly, I might raid, but I'll also raid people I'm friends with who stream as well. But I also want to hit a lot of the smaller communities because I understand it. A lot of times it's kind of hard to get a following. A lot of like viewers and everything else. It's difficult to grow when you first start off. And it happens. It happens for everybody. Okay. So what kind of content will I be bringing to you guys? Well, so weekly content. So every week, you're going to get YouTube videos, which are either going to be gaming videos that are not streamed due to explicit content that'll violate Twitch's terms of service. Or content that just needs a censorship in general. Because if it's something I'm going to have to censor in some form or another, it's going to be on YouTube, not Twitch. It's not going to be live streamed. It's going to be recorded and uploaded there. So do click the link that's in my bio and leave a subscribe there if you're interested in seeing content. And other games that I just don't want to necessarily stream because they're not games that I'll be able to focus on talking to you guys and playing and other stuff. Or I just don't feel like they're entertaining enough to watch live. And then some stories, like stories from my past when I was in Valland and when I lived there, and some from when I came to this world and so forth. Like that will be stories that you'll hear that I'll be talking about, and those that'll get uploaded. Some of them might be clipped from these streams. Like if I tell a story during the stream, maybe that section will be cut, separated, and uploaded as an individual video for you guys. So you may not see videos that are always like 10 minutes, 20 minutes to 40 minutes or so. You might see some 5-minute videos, some 10-minute videos, a little bit of things here and there as I just try to keep it all in a collection. And don't worry, a lot of the stories I'll have in a playlist, so you guys will just sit there and just watch them all, because I understand. Nobody wants to sit there and start scrolling through videos to find, oh, I'm wanting to watch his stories now. Where scroll right on his channel or whatever else. So I'll make it easy for you guys. And then archive streams. All the streams from Twitch that I do will be going up on YouTube. And the reason behind that is because I don't want to lose them, in a sense, and I don't want to have to redo content. Like, there's only so many times you can play certain games. Like, for me, if I play, let's see. Let's say I just play a game that doesn't really have any replayability. I can't think of a game off the top of my head. My brain is just gone. Okay, here's one. Darksiders. Darksiders, from what I remember, does not have any replayability. That kind of game. And so, if I streamed it, for example, I'm not going to I want to keep those videos up for the stream, because I think if you're not an affiliate or a partner, I believe it only stays up on your Twitch for like 14 days. That means, it also means if I'm streaming a series, that the first parts are going to start disappearing by the time you see the second or third, fourth ending part, the last part or whatever. So I want to make sure all of you guys can still get all that content, watch it, and enjoy it. And that way I don't get requests, hey, you should play this game. Oh, well, I've already played it, and it's here. Find it on YouTube or find it here. That way I'm not getting constant requests for play this game. I've already played the game. I've already beat it. I don't want to play it again because it's not going to be entertaining for me to play it again. Since it has really no replayability. Does that mean I'll never play it again? Probably on stream. I might play it just casually when I'm not streaming or recording, but that's about it. The goal for Twitch is 2 to 3 streams a week. that will be in the schedule that I'll tweet out and every week. Probably every Sunday or Saturday. Probably Saturdays. Would probably be the most sense. Like the end of my week, before the beginning of the next week, that'll probably be when you know. It could be more, could be less. I actually work a part-time job, doing good for the community, divine help, divine glory, bringing my holiness to the lands. That sounds like I'm doing a crusade. It's not what I'm doing. I'm not hosting the crusades here. What I'm meaning is I just work a part-time job. So my schedule is a little wonky because as I'm forced to live as a mortal, as an immortal just person who can't use any magic or anything else. I'm living like a normal everyday person. So that means I have to make money. I have to do all stuff. I can't just snap my finger and generate money. Everything else. So, all that stuff for you guys. And then, once a month, I'd love to just have streams where I literally just chat with you guys like this, where I'm not giving you a complete story of little bits of things like I want to do, like that. Where I just chat with you guys, answer some questions you guys have, if you have any, or just tell stories of from long ago. And I think that'd be kind of cool to have in general for you guys. So community and hashtags, because this is very important. I want this to be out there. If you guys, the fan name is going to be the Breyer Familia, and this is from like long ago when we had Familias, and we had back at the beginning, before we had civilization today. It was usually like whatever the god's either first name or last name was, along with the name Familia. Basically, it was, for example, you had like the Aries family, would be the English quote unquote way to say it, but it'd be like the Aries Familia, the Zeus Familia, the Odin family, and the Familia and all that stuff. So you guys are all part of my Familia, the Breyer Familia, is what I'd love to call you guys. So to tag me on Twitter for the family, for everyone else, is hashtag Breyer Familia. So please use that if you guys want to get my attention. You can tag me in general on Twitter. You can mention me, I guess. I might read it. I might see it. Who knows? My DMs are not open, so don't message me, please. Unless it's absolutely necessary. Like if there's something that's going on, you really need to do it. There's other ways to do it, and I'll get to that. But yeah, so the Bird Familia is where you guys will just tag me in questions, anything else. If you guys wish me happy birthday, for example, or anything else, you'll use hashtag Breyer Familia, and I will look it up, I think, or it might pop up. I really don't know. I have to figure that out a little more. So please forgive me if you guys use these tags and I don't see it. It's not a thing against you. It's just me being an idiot. For fan art, hashtag Breyer Art. So that way I can see all of your guys' fan art. I'd love to see fan art at some point because I love seeing the art styles of people in general. And it'd be cool. And then I know the rule of the internet. If it's on the internet, there's porn of it. And I know it'll be made at some point. When I start getting a following especially, it'll be made. I know it. If you're going to tag it, if you're going to post on Twitter and want to tag me in it so I can see it, don't at me. Don't mention me. Don't. Just use hashtag Divine Lewds. And I will see it. Now, if there's an issue and it comes out that this doesn't work for some reason, if there's some issue where it's not working with Twitter or everything else, I'll get in touch with you guys and change hashtags and everything else as needed. But it is what it is. So the next one will be... This is the last one here before we can just start chatting and hanging out for a little bit before everything else. But where you can find me. So you'll find me at Jacen Breyer on YouTube. All the links for these are in the bio. Or you can just go to card.co, Jacen Breyer site, and that'll have my links for everything. But my Twitch will generally have the thing. I know that the Twitch link is wrong here. It's the Jacen Breyer. It's my fault. I screwed up when I was creating the channel name and doing everything else. But you can find me at Twitter at Jacen Breyer. Yeah. You'll find me on Discord. This is a link. It's also in my bio here, down below. But it's the link to my Discord server, the Breyer Familia. Feel free to join, hang out, and chat. Where I can chat with you guys. Just have an overall good time. It's a place for you all to gather as you see fit. You also might see me around these places. You might see me in other people's Discord servers. Don't harass other people. Don't pester them to get my attention, please. Be respectful. You can at me, but don't at me like crazy. Don't spam me, because then I'll just put do not disturb on permanently. So that way, or I'll just mute the server, and then I'll just talk to them and have them take care of it. Also, you might see me in other people's live stream chats, like on YouTube or Twitch, because I do watch other streamers when they pop up. I watch them, I chat, I hang out. If you see me appear, please do not spam or make a scene of me being there. Like, you guys can say hello. I'm not saying don't. But when it comes down to it, please don't be like for example, when raids happen. That's another thing. If I don't, depending on who I'm raiding, I might ask don't spam messages, because a lot of people will be like birthday raid or something like that, and it'd be like a huge message block. It'll be a stream of like 50 people sending that message. That's cool and all when you're leaving a message for someone special, but for the next person. But some people don't like interruptions in their streams. Now me, I don't mind it. If you raid and you say something cool, it just depends at the same time, like, because part of it also ruins it, so like ruins the ability for me to see what the original person was saying, because sometimes the original creator will say something unique too, say hello and all that stuff, and I can't see it if I have 50 million messages all saying the same thing. But also it ruins the flow of chat if I pop in and say hi or something like that, and then this person's like having just chatting stream, communicate with people, and all of a sudden everyone's like, oh look, Jacen's here, the divine man himself, and everything else, and just suddenly focuses on me, because odds are I will suddenly not talk or I'll leave. I'll apologize and I'll probably disappear, because I don't want to take the attention away from the streamer, because it's that person's stream. It has nothing to do with me. I was just popping in to show support. But yeah, so I'm going to switch us over now that I've shown you guys all these little things and chatted with you guys. Let's get here. Well, where is it? I have my thing here. There it is. Oh, I have it locked. That's why. So now that we've got me, oh, I hate when I do that. I forget if I resize the software I'm using, that it will also change on my screen. So I want to, for one, show my expressions because I think that'd be kind of cool to show. So you guys can see. I have to look and see what my key commands actually are. So my neutral face. Well, you have my face here. My neutral face will now be this one, which doesn't change anything. It's literally just the current face I have. I don't know why I have that as a key command, in all honesty. Then you have my fun face, which is just me smiling. My joy, because you know who loves a little joy. Yeah. My angry face. My surprised face. Like, oh my god. And then sorrow. How could you? Yeah, that's my different facial expressions. So I said I'd chat. Now, why am I chatting? Oh yeah, I was gonna tell a story. I'll tell. I'll tell two stories. I'll tell one about why my world is gone because of me, and because I'm feeling it. I'll tell the story of the scar over my eye. Maybe. We'll see how much time we have. I'll for sure tell the story about the world. I don't know about the scar over the eye one. But yeah, so yeah. So what happened is billions of years ago, my world was prospering and everything else, but those who follow or worshipped or know the history of like Greek mythology, you know that chaos gave birth to Tartarus, Erebus, Nyx, and all that stuff, right? Well, none of those existed in my world. Those beings did not exist. But one day they started to appear. And I sensed that would bring about a great danger to my world. And in fear of that, I decided I would do the only thing I could. And I decided to take them from my world, and because I sensed in the future that something greater would appear after them, and that would be the end of my world as I knew it. And if you know your home and your people you care about and everyone else is in danger, you will do anything to protect it. So I pulled them off the world, sealing them in a slight dimension, temporary dimension, a little barrier. And I decided to seal my world into another dimension. And I did. I succeeded. My world still stands. It still thrives, but it's sealed in another dimension. Almost like an alternate reality, really. If I could use magic, I could probably visit it. But unfortunately, again, I can't use magic because of the Zareth agreement. So I can never go back. But see, the problem with that is when you do something of that extreme, it sets the way of life, the way of the natural order of things out of whack. And the universe was now suddenly out of sync and it was all wonky. And it tried to correct itself. And, well, it caused an explosion, and the result was the creation of this world. And I couldn't keep the original guys sealed any longer, the Erebus and all them, my siblings, and I released them onto this world. Hence, the beginning of time, the Titans, and eventually the other gods appeared over time and everything else. So, yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to create this world. I'm sorry. Yeah, so yeah, I decided to seal my world in another dimension, got trapped outside of it, unable to visit. Because and you might ask, why didn't you visit it then? I couldn't get back into it for some reason for the longest time. And I don't know if the other gods, Titans at some point had something to do with it. But yeah, so I've never been able to return home before the magic agreement. So I guess when you really think about it, there's no confirmation that it actually worked. I could have just erased my planet from existence and killed everybody, anyone and everyone. I hope that's not the case. I didn't think about that, I guess, until now, and now I'm kind of concerned. Wow. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh God. But yeah. So me sealing my world created a big explosion, which you guys call the Big Bang, which created this planet of Earth, or Earth, if you're weird. Um. Sorry. And then anything else? Anything else? Oh, I want to point out a little bit. So this right here, what we're in, is my room. Just to put this out here, I've got my nice little wallpaper, my little rainbow ribbon at the back. I don't know if I will turn. And sorry, my eyes kind of look wonky. I'm not talking about the multicolored. That's not what I'm talking about. They're always locked onto my camera because for some reason this can't track my eyes. And it's kind of obnoxious in general. It's just really annoying. But yeah, behind me, we got my little microphone here, just a little wonky donkey microphone that I talk into. I've got my books, all my neat little books on the bookshelves behind me. I actually have 2 bookshelves behind me in my filled with books. I don't have these plushes. I wish I did. These plushes are awesome. I think is there a 3rd plush in this room? Because, or is there just the 2? Just the 2. Oop. And you may have seen it on Twitter. These, I think I found them on the VTuber assets or free VTuber assets, somewhere around there on my Twitter. If I can find it again, if I remember, I'll retweet it. If not, the link for them should be in the credits, I believe. To at least the person. I tried to credit everyone's assets I used. For those I missed, I do apologize. If you're the actual person, just let me know, and I'll try to get you credited. Because I'm a goofball and I forget, and it just happens. And then, but yeah, so the plushes behind me, for those of you who are Hololive fans, will recognize them probably immediately. The one behind and the first one, the one on the left, is actually a plush of Kiara. Takanashi, is that right? I think it's right. Don't quote me on the last name. I'm just trying to regain from memory. Who I enjoy her content. I don't watch any of Hollow Live like religiously. I don't sit there and wake up early and end. Like watch every stream that happens and then go to bed and then the next day do the same thing or just never sleep. It's unfortunately I don't. A lot of them stream and do other stuff during my schedule, so I'm not able to. The one on the right is Calliope. Calliope. I think it's Calliope. Mori. Who? What was she? The Grim Reaper's apprentice. Is that what it is? I don't know. You have a phoenix and a reaper. That's all I know. But yeah, those are two of the ones I enjoy. I've seen more of I think Callie's stuff than I have of Kiara. But I'm gonna be honest though, and I'm just gonna put this out here. I watch a lot of Clippers, and I think I follow quite a few of them on Twitter. If not, I'll have to fix that because that's how I see a lot of the translated clips and everything else. Because it makes it a lot easier for me. And so because a lot of it's not in English or some of it's actually how I found some of them. Because unfortunately a lot of people I really enjoy don't speak English. So yeah. One of the channels I really enjoy and would love to watch more of, which is ending soon, is Kiryu Coco. Our dear Kaicho, as people call her. Cool channel, cool everything. Does it on YouTube. Love it. Wish I could watch more of it, but a lot of it's, from what I remember, is not in English. She does have some streams that are in English. Oh yeah, so because this brings me up to another matter. There should be some videos that'll be popping up over the next week or so. This stream will also end up on YouTube probably tomorrow or the next day. I'll probably download it and edit it to do whatever. Maybe I'll edit. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows with me? I'll get around to it when I get around to it. But yeah, so oh my mind's a jumbled mess now, so I'm all trying to think of what I was trying to say. My apologies. I do have planned content and some other ideas for content, but I'd love to hear your guys' opinions about it. So you guys can tweet me, hashtag Breyer Familia, or whatever else with ideas. Because I have quite a few. I like, there's some games I'm going to be streaming. I think I have the schedule somewhere that I have written out. That's the general idea of what I'm going to be streaming. I think somewhere, maybe. I don't know. I move things everywhere. It's kind of hard for me to keep track of what I'm planning to stream on when. I know I had it somewhere. Did I actually lose it? I wouldn't put it past me. I'm very skilled at losing things. That's something people get to realize really quickly on. Is I'll find something, have it figured out, and then I'll lose it. Oh no, I was looking at it. I was an idiot. Let's see. I only have like 3 or 4 games that I plan on streaming over the next few days. Not next few days, my bad. Next few weeks. But I'd love to bring out, like, there's other content I'd love to do. Like, I'm gonna play a bunch of fan games on my YouTube channel. I'm going to stream some longer games. Some of them are the first in a series, some of them are not. Who knows? Well, most of them are. Those who aren't, I don't know. It's what it is. But I'd love to do stuff that's not necessarily just gaming also. So like, for example, I'm gonna use this as an example because I thought it's like some of the coolest stuff to watch. But for example, Kiryu Coco. For those of you who don't know who she is, it's okay. But the meme reviews, the shitpost meme reviews or whatever she does, those are some of the coolest things where she literally just sat there. Everyone posted their crappiest memes, their stupidest memes, Reddit memes or whatever. I'd love to do meme reviews or not meme reviews, reactions to funny videos, memes, Reddit, or anything else, YouTube clips, anything else. I'd love to think about doing something like that. You guys let me know. But in all honesty, I think we're gonna probably end this stream pretty much here for the most part. So let's pop this up. My volume should be playing music now. Oh, no, it's not. There we go. Let's turn this volume down. If it's too quiet, I apologize. I don't know. I'm still learning the volumes. I can't hear it unless I open up my own stream, and that just adds a loop that I don't want to hear in my ears. But I know I'm not on the screen anymore. That's fine. I'm not going to be talking for tons long. But yeah, so make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, at the Jacen Breyer. Come subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you enjoyed this stream or are curious to see more, leave a follow. I'd love to see you guys return and watch some more. And then if basically you guys find anything else, have any ideas, come join, or anything else, join the Discord server. I'd love to see you guys all join in. I'd love to hang out with you guys, chat, perhaps even play games with you guys if you're interested in all that stuff. I'd love to hang out. So yeah. Anyways, guys, it was fun. I will see you in the next stream. The next stream is actually at 4. For today, I'm going to be streaming Thumper, so make sure you tune in, you return for that. I just wanted to take a break for a little bit to, you know, eat, drink, some water, and everything else before, you know, streaming for another few hours. But yeah, anyways, you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one, and sayonara.